And here we have the star of today's show. This is a very special ingredient. It's mostly used in Asia. Now it tastes and feels very weird. It's almost impossible to describe. So I brought on some people to give it a try, and here's what they have to say about it.
Citrusy, but it's like numbing my tongue and the roof of my mouth.
My tongue specifically is tingling, at the same time losing feeling. Like I feel like it's going numb.
It's like I can't feel it.
This is a different experience for me.
It's like a burning sensation,
I feel it like here.
but it does have a citrusy flavor to it.
Just my whole tongue is numb now.
Should I be worried, Guga? Is this like, hello?
Yep, I told you, this thing is weird. It's called Szechuan peppercorn, and it's something you gotta try at least once in your lifetime. But today we're gonna be pairing it up with some steaks. And the first thing I wanted to use is for seasoning. So I grabbed my spice grinder, threw 2 tablespoons in there, rounded it all up until it was fine, and this is what I was left with. It is a very unique smell, but it reminds me of citrus, almost like lime. Because believe it or not, this peppercorn is more related to citrus than anything else. Now for the seasoning, the first thing I decided to do is some salt. I went with a ratio of 2 tablespoons of coarse salt, followed by 1 of Szechuan peppercorn. Mix everything well and it was ready. This is Szechuan peppercorn seasoning salt. But that's not all we're doing with it. Another way that it's used in Asia is by doing this. Usually it's made with seasoned oil. And here's how to do it. Into a pan I throw in 3 tablespoons of Wagyu beef tallow. Let it fully melt until it reaches a temperature of 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Once reached, I poured it on top of the peppercorns. Now take a look at this. The oil is getting infused by this incredible pepper. And my hopes is not only that it's going to be an incredible flavor, but it will also transmit that numbing sensation. Because once it stopped boiling, the only thing left was to strain it, and there you have it. Wagyu beef tallow flavored with Szechuan peppercorn. And it should be perfect to go along with some steaks. Talking about that, I want to try one more thing, and that's this compound butter. To be specific, Szechuan compound butter. And to make it, it's super easy, and here's how. Into a food processor, I threw in 1 stick of butter, followed by 1 tablespoon of Szechuan peppercorn and a good amount of parsley. Blend everything high on the food processor, spread out some clinch plastic, throw that compound butter right on top, and roll everything up, because the only thing left is to let it rest in the refrigerator so that it can solidify. And once the time was up, take a look. Hopefully this is going to be fantastic, as I'll be using in some beautiful steaks. Take a look. These, as you can see, are ribeyes. They are choice, but at the same time you can see a good amount of intramuscular fat. Always look for this. Now here's how this experiment is going to go down. The very first steak is going to be the control, so I put this one on a separate tray and kept the seasoning like I always do. A little bit of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Now this is our control steak. The other two, I chose to use the Szechuan peppercorn seasoning salt, followed by some garlic powder. And as always, I made sure to season both sides, because one of them I'll be using that compound butter that we just made. The other one is for the seasoned oil. Now you know I gotta have a side dish, and today I'm gonna try this Szechuan peppercorn on the side dish as well, because take a look at this. Doesn't that look incredible? To make it, it's super easy. Into a bowl, I combined 1 stick of room temperature butter, followed by garlic powder, all-purpose flour, 1 egg, and some chili oil. Mix everything out and set it aside, because this is going to be the topping. For the filling, I combined all of the cheese I had left in my refrigerator. Then I added some Szechuan peppercorn, followed by parsley, and of course more cheese. Mixed everything well, and that's it. This is my filling. The next thing to do was to compress everything into a ball. I did it as much as I could. Then I used this dough to make some balls. I put it right on the top of the dough, closed everything up, and that was it. Now that butter mix we just mixed on the beginning, I laid it right on top. I knew it was gonna melt, so I didn't go crazy trying to spread the whole thing around, because the next thing to do is to put it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. As it's cooking, everything will melt. Take a look, because these are some cheesy Szechuan peppercorn bread, and hopefully it's gonna paralyze our mouth just as much as the steak. Talking about paralyzing, what about the steaks? Or here's how I'm gonna cook them. I'll first be putting a beautiful sear. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'll be using my wireless thermometers. Then I'll be putting my compound butter right on top, and of course basting with that Szechuan Wagyu tallow. Because now I say it is enough talking, and it is time for us to try some incredible steak. So let's do it. Before going ahead and trying this insane experiment, I want to thank Greg from Ballistic Barbecue because this is your idea. Thank you so much. Now the big question is it good or bad? Let's find out right now. So we got a little experiment going on. I just want to know your honest opinion. If it's good, if it's bad, if it's ugly, or if it's delicious.
It's not ugly so far.
It looks delicious.
It looks good, right? Let's start this way right here. You guys tell me. All right,
Okay.
go for it. Okay, enough talking. Let's give this a try. You ready for it? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Oh.
It's like rewarding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't eat nothing all day, and then you come out, you try this out. What do you think, Leo?
This is just a waterfall of juices that comes out of this steak. It is so perfectly cooked. That crust on it is to die for. What can I say? It's a Guga steak.
I think I need to make sure it's a Guga steak real quick. I need to
Okay,
make sure.
you gotta continue going because these boys are hungry, everybody. That's what happened. Now, let's go for the second one. I want to know your honest opinion, yeah?
Okay,
Go
okay.
for it. All right, let's see. Let me know if it's a little bit different or not. Let's see. Smells different. Well, let's find out right now.
Oh.
Oh, what happened?
Oh wow, this smells way different.
You know, sometimes I try to make sure I can smell it.
Yeah, you almost inhaled it.
But I taste it with my nose.
Enough talking before they find out what the experiment is all about. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
It's different.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy that quite a bit.
I think I enjoy it too.
That is a phenomenal steak right there.
Is that the pepper that you made me try?
Yes, I'll tell you one thing. When you cook with it, you know, it's not as potent as if you try the
No.
pepper by itself.
No.
I still feel a little bit, very slightly, but at the same time, it just, you know, give a nice overall tasting for the steak.
It does taste very good with the steak.
Yeah.
As a combination with the steak, it's good.
I agree 100%. I think that it still has all the best elements of a steak where it's beefy, it's juicy, but it's just like a subtle hints of citrus. Subtle enough where it actually blends well with the steak. It's not overpowering at all.
I agree 100%. I thought it was going to be numbing like when we tried the pepper by
Yeah.
itself, but it's not numbing at all. This is phenomenal, everybody. Highly recommend. Tastes amazing.
Tastes good.
It just improved the steak.
I think so.
Yeah, it doesn't give that numbing effect. If you ask me which one do I prefer, the first one or the second one, I'll go with the second one. How about you?
No, man, I'm sorry. This is a Guga steak.
You still going with this one? What about you?
I'm sorry, Guga. I'm gonna have to go with Angel on this one.
Hey, that Guga steak is quite
relax.
powerful, everybody.
You gotta relax, man. You're making some boasts. This is a Guga steak
But
right
I
here.
really enjoy the flavor that he produced on this one here. I did another experiment, but this time with the bread. Let's give this one a try, Leo. Are you ready? I know you're excited for this one, Leo.
I could not be more excited for this.
And scared at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you guys, I got a little bit addicted with this peppercorn. I've been putting it on my mouth and I just been like chewing it a little bit.
I would look at him like he was crazy because he literally just kept on going. I was like, bro, you're not gonna feel your mouth for the next week.
It gives a very nice sensation, everybody. It's not bad in any way. It's not spicy. You guys know I don't like spicy.
But at the same time, by itself, I feel like a very different feel for the way that it actually feels in your mouth than with food.
Yes.
Yeah.
So far.
100%.
So far.
Well, let's find out right now with this one right here. Because this one has it as well.
Oh,
God.
damn.
All right,
gonna
let's
overload.
find out right now. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Whoa!
I feel it.
Yeah. I feel a lot too.
It tastes exactly like the peppercorn.
Whoa!
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, my mouth is numb right now. Right now. it's
Mine
numb.
is paralyzed.
All
And I'll
over
say,
again.
it makes you salivate.
Yes.
Your mouth starts tasting like the peppercorn in the saliva.
This is pretty good, pretty interesting experiment. If you want to taste the tingling, do it with the peppercorn. If not, just put it out. Just put it out. It'll be better. Okay, very good. Let's go for the last one. You ready?
I don't know if I can taste this next one.
This is a weird peppercorn, everybody. Okay, enough. Let's try the last one. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Whoa.
Well, that one has more of that peppercorn flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a bit. Ooh, ooh, a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No, that's too much peppercorn. That's
It's
way too much peppercorn.
Man, this was a little bit too much. I don't know, Andrew. What do you think?
If we're going off of these two,
Yeah,
I would probably pick this one just because it's more of a subtle.
I agree. By the way, I made a compound butter on this one.
Yeah, my mouth is even more numb now.
I'm calming my mouth with a Guga steak right now.
Hey,
Not a bad idea.
yeah. This one is a little bit too much for me. The one with the compound butter.
For me, it's a lot of bit too much.
It is extremely powerful. Maybe because I put way too much on it.
You can definitely tell that compound butter penetrated a lot more, because before I even actually start chewing on the steak, it's like the juices infused with the peppercorn, and just the juices alone, they already give you that numbing feeling. You already start getting that peppercorn immediately.
No, you're right.
And it's very powerful.
Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.